Hi, good morning, and welcome to today's live. In this video, I'm going to share with you 5 ways that you can powerfully manifest more easily using human design. My name is Abigail Rebecca. I am a human design visibility coach. If you've followed me for a while, you'll know that I'm a huge advocate for human design. Of course I am. This is what I teach. It's what I help my clients with. It's how I live my life. I understand how powerful it is, especially if you are an entrepreneurial woman, you're a visionary woman, you want to be more visible. Human design can really help with that. And also, if you've watched me for a while, you'll know that I'm also well into manifestation and law of attraction. So, the reason that I wanted to come and share this with you today, and specifically 5 ways that human design can really help you to manifest much more easily, is that a couple of weeks ago I had the most incredible opportunity. I was on Loose Women. So if you're watching me from the States, or not from the UK, let's put it that way, and you don't know what the Loose Women is like the UK equivalent of The View. If you're watching in other countries, I'm sorry, I don't know what it's called. I just know that in America, The View is very similar to Loose Women. And I just want to kind of put a little bit of context around this. I wasn't on the live show. What happened is that my incredible PR coach took me and some other of her clients to the studio to watch the recording, to kind of meet some people, to get into that whole vibe, with the intention of being on TV, right? And I was actually invited down from the audience to be in front of the live audience, be in front of the cameras, and to present. And I absolutely freaking loved it. It was amazing. If I didn't think that I wanted to be on TV before now, 100% I definitely do. But I was very conscious in the manifestation of this, right? So it's really interesting when I often tell stories about things that have happened to me in my life, or things that have happened to clients in their lives that we have manifested. I often hear, well, you're very lucky, or it's just good luck. But actually, it's not. I don't believe these things happen by chance. And I consciously manifested this. And the reason that I consciously manifested this is that I wanted to have the experience. I thought, I don't just want to go and watch the TV show. I want to be involved in it. I want the experience, because it's really good fun. What a great story it would make. It will inspire my clients. But also, it's really going to help me, or it is helping me now in my visualization. So I have physically experienced what it feels like to be to come from backstage and walk onto a TV set in front of a live studio audience and present to them. Right? So it's like it's already happened. It's like it doesn't matter if the cameras are rolling or not. That has already happened for me. So now I can bring that to life even more and start to visualize and manifest that actually happening, where the cameras are rolling and I am on live TV. But, you know, by the by, it was a great fun experience. So I just thought, you know what, I look back and I just thought, right, what are 5 easy things that I can share with you that will be able to help you with a similar experience? It doesn't necessarily mean that you want to manifest being in a TV studio. It might be something else that you want to manifest. But this is why I believe that human design and law of attraction just fit so well together. They complement one another. And the more you understand about your human design, the more powerfully you can manifest. Okay, so I'm going to go through this. If you are watching me live, if you've got any questions, please ask me. I'm more than happy to answer them as best as I can. And if you are watching the replay, whether you're watching this on the blog or you're watching it on YouTube or wherever else I decide to post this, then again, just put your comments below or ask questions below. I always come back and check. Okay, and also, if you are watching live, it'd be really lovely to see who you are. So just put a comment and then I can see who you are. Okay, I've got my morning coffee with me as well. So what's the first thing that I would recommend that you do to be a more powerful manifester using the power? I'm using power a lot, right, in this video, but there's a lot of power here, right? So using the power of human design. So I'm going to use another power word here. Number one, use the power of your imagination. Now, I've already touched on this, but it's really important that if there is something that you specifically want, whether it's an opportunity, an experience, a person, a physical thing showing up in your life, like a certain type of client, or a certain amount of money, or the car that you want to drive, okay, or a money can't buy experience. I manifest a lot of money can't buy experiences. I've done it throughout my life. What I experienced a couple of weeks ago in the Loose Women studios, I couldn't pay to have that experience. It was given to me by the universe because I manifested it and followed these steps. Okay, so using the power of your imagination, really powerfully bring to life what it is that you want to experience it. And it's really important to tap into your emotions, because how you're going to manifest things is not just by playing the scene over and over in your head. It's actually by feeling the emotions that you will be experiencing when you're physically experiencing that. Okay, so imagine how it feels, like really bring those emotions to life. So for example, if you are manifesting working with a certain client, how's it going to feel when that client says yes to you? How's it going to feel? How's your body going to react? Are you going to like cry because you're so happy? You're going to be screaming at the top of your voice? Are you going to be running around the room, jumping up and down? Like, what's the physical reaction that's going to take place within your body? I mean, you could be doing all of this on the call with your client, right? It's like completely up to you how you react when they say yes to you. Or maybe you're as calm as a cucumber and then this happens when you put the phone down, you finish the Zoom call. But really start to feel the emotions. And this is what I did when I manifested that experience at Loose Women. I was visualizing the night before. I was visualizing on the morning, and I was just picturing myself in the studio. I could feel the heat of the studio lights on me. I could see the audience. I could hear the audience clapping and cheering. I got really excited when I was imagining this because I was like, oh, I'm there already. Okay, and what I love about human design, just taking it even one step further, is that did you know that there's actually a part of your human design chart that shows you where how you are best to visualize, whether it's very specific or whether it's more general. There are some amazing, not just clues, like amazing strategy that you can pull out of your human design that makes you a better visualizer. So step 2 of this is to dress consciously. If you have followed me for a while, it won't be the first time that you've heard me say this. Your visual vibe attracts your tribe. Not only does wearing high vibe clothes make you feel good, it also draws in situations to you, and it also gives people the opportunity to speak to you. And this is really, really important if you are not a manifester. Okay, so if you are a manifestor in human design, 9% of the population, your strategy is to inform before you initiate. If you are something else other than a manifestor, and that's like 90% of the population, so I'm kind of guessing that might be you, you are responding to something or someone. So I always say, with the way that you dress, give someone the excuse to come and speak to you, to start that conversation, to initiate it, so you can respond to them. That's how your energy is powerfully recognized and received by another human being. And I really, really love to combine style with human design. When I'm working with a client, we obviously know what her human design is. We start to look at the way that she dresses, not just so that the colors and the style suits her body shape and her hair and her eyes and her skin tone, but also it complements her human design so that it's easier for her to follow her human design when she's out and about in public, right? So fascinating, this subject. And I just love it. I love the fact that style and law of attraction is all coming together with human design. So let me use this as an example. As a projector, I've got to be very, very careful that I'm not trying too hard, that my energy is trying too hard. If I'm the person that's like there, kind of trying to get the attention, speaking too loudly. This is what I used to do, right, to get attention. I used to walk into a room and I used to be really, really loud, and I used to be the person that used to command the attention, and I would take over conversations, and I'd try to be like the funny comedian that would make everyone laugh. And actually, I didn't realize it, but I was attracting the wrong people into me. Now I use a different technique. I honor my projector energy. I need to be invited in. Has that been difficult for me? Because I've been, I've been conditioned to behave in a different way. Yes, it has, but it really serves me now. So I know that if I go into a room and I am that person, I'm attracting attention, but I am attracting the wrong kind of attention. I'm not going to be attracting valuable relationships, valuable human beings, valuable opportunities for me. That doesn't mean that those human beings aren't valuable. Of course they are, but they're not valuable for me. So now I do it in a different way. I wait to be invited. How do I make it easier for people to recognize me as a projector? I dress. The way that I dress consciously. So for this particular situation, when I went to Loose Women, I was like, okay, there is a dress that I know that not only will I look good in because it's my colors, so I'm going to look light and bright and jaw defined and all of that. It's also going to get me recognized without me having to say a word. And I also knew that dress suited was the same colours as the studio set. So I wouldn't blend into it. I would stand out, but it would also complement it. And I'm going to put the photo on here tomorrow. And actually, if you're watching the replay of this, you'll see it. Like if you're on my blog, you'll see the picture of it and you'll see what happened. So I was recognized. I was noticed. I knew that I would be noticed in that dress. As soon as I walked into the studio, I knew that I would be noticed in that dress. So this is conscious dressing. So that's the second thing that you can do. Number 3, be 100% certain that it will happen. 100% certain. Like, do not doubt yourself. You feel it in your very being. I am going to have this experience. I'm going to work with this client. It's going to happen to me. As soon as you start to doubt yourself, you start to doubt the universe, you start to doubt the law of attraction, you start to doubt everything. And it doesn't mean that it's not going to come to you eventually, but it'll be a lot slower. Okay, so really believe that it's going to happen. And, a big part of that is being confident in yourself and your abilities. And I find that human design is such an incredible access for that. Human design teaches us about ourselves and our superpowers and our purpose and what we're really, really good at. And that just automatically makes us more confident in life, so that we are assured and we are certain that these wonderful things are going to happen to us when we consciously go out and we manifest them. Okay, next step. Are you with me? Any questions? I know that we've got some live peeps on, but I don't know who you are. So if you've got any questions, then please ask. Next step. Have your staircase moment. Have you ever watched a film, like one of these beautiful movies, right? Maybe like a black and white movie where the star of the movie walks down very slowly down this it's like sweeping staircase, and all eyes are on her. She is making a grand entrance into the room. I want you to go and watch that scene from the movie and notice how she is showing up. So is she kind of head down, a little bit nervous, hair covering her face, not really kind of looking or making eye contact to anyone, just looking down at her feet as she's walking down the stairs? Or does she have her head held high? Does she have her hair kind of, flicked back, maybe even blowing in the wind, a la Beyonce moment? Does she have her shoulders back? Is she making eye contact? Is she smiling at people in the room? Is she creating a buzz, high energy? Is she lowering the vibration of that room, or is she raising the vibration of that room? Last weekend I spent some time with a very dear friend of mine who we used to be holiday reps. We used to work overseas together, and she was talking about drains and radiators, and I was like, oh my God, I remember that training so well. Like, I remember that when I first did my holiday rep training, we were there, basically, we were being paid to ensure that people were enjoying their holidays. So we were paid to raise the vibration of the room. And we were taught that there are certain people in this life. There are drains and there are radiators. The drains drain you. The radiators radiate you. Who are you when you walk into a room? Are you a drain or are you a radiator? Now, if you're a drain, there's nothing wrong with that. Something really shit might have happened to you that day. So you need to ask yourself, is that do I want to walk into that room? Or do I want to go and have some time on my own or with some close friends? So this isn't about you going in and being inauthentic. This is about you going in and you showing your best self in an authentic way. You're genuinely feeling like this. You walk into a room, you make eye contact, you chat with people, you compliment them, you listen to them so that they truly hear you. You make them feel like they're the most important person in the room. Guess what happens when you do that? It has a ripple effect in the room. People can sense it from you. This is someone who is a pleasure to sit next to. There was this amazing group of women that was sat next to me in their 70s and 80s, sister-in-laws, lifelong friends, like two women had gone to school together. They were just amazing women, and I was having a laugh with them and asking them questions, and we got free polo mints. They passed them down the line. It was just a lovely vibe and a lovely atmosphere. That had a ripple effect energetically throughout the audience, so that the attention and the energy was being focused onto the back row where we were sitting. That was intentional. So the way that you show up energetically is just as important as the way that you look, what you say, what you wear, all of that. Okay, and then the final thing that I wanted to share with you is it's really, really important that you follow your human design strategy in any situation like this. And, I've already mentioned it before, earlier on when I was talking about this, about the importance of that. So just to remind you again about the human design strategies, if you're a generator, a manifesting generator, your strategy is to wait to respond. You are responding to something or someone. Projector, your strategy is to wait to be invited. Manifestor, your strategy is to inform before you initiate. And reflector, well, your strategy is to wait for a full moon cycle, which is 29.5 days on average. I wouldn't say that this is necessarily the right strategy for you in this particular scenario. It really is about more of kind of like major life decisions and important decisions. However, there would be a strategy that would fit into this that we need to kind of discuss on an individual basis, because with all human design types, everyone is completely different, and you're very different. You're very special. You're very unique, and your energy needs to be honored, but it also needs to be able to fit into a practical world, if you understand what I'm saying. So we need to look at that on an individual basis. So using myself as an example with Loose Women, I waited until I was invited. I waited twice, actually. So first of all, my amazing PR coach who I was there with had mentioned to me the day before, if that you're asked to put your hands up straight away, because you're going to have an incredible opportunity, right? She invited me specifically into that. So she was inviting me into it. So straight away, I knew that I'd be able to do it, and I'd be able to do it like fully showing up authentically and not like feeling like, I'm trying to get someone's attention. She'd actually be inviting me into it. So as far as I was concerned, that was my invitation. And secondly, I was invited by the floor guy who was kind of inviting people to come down. So he physically invited me to go down. As soon as I got those invitations, I was able to step into it with my human design energy and also have an incredible experience because of it. Because actually, I could have entered that experience in a different way, but could it have been worked out in a different way for me? Yes, it could have been. It could have been awkward. It could have been uncomfortable. People might not have listened to what I had to say. It could have been a really negative experience for me. Every experience can be a negative or a positive, but in this particular scenario, it was a beautiful, positive experience, and I know it's going to lead on to more positive experiences on the TV throughout my career. So I really hope you found that useful. I'd love to know below what you found useful, what strategies you're going to take away with you today. I also want to invite you in to investigate your human design a little bit more if you haven't done so already. And I'd love for you to book a human design reading with me. I'm going to put the link below here so that you'll be able to book it. It's a 90-minute call with me where we'll basically discuss your human design, but most importantly, your human design visibility strategy, how you can create incredible opportunities within your life and business using the power of your unique human design. This is not a one-size-fits-all strategy. Everyone is completely different. Therefore, everyone's visibility strategy is very, very different. So you're going to learn how you can show up and you can be visible in your authentic way, aligned to your human design. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Sending lots of love, and I'll see you on the TV.